Understanding Diversity by Jaques. Strength lies in differences, not in similarities. Stephen Covey. Who am I? I was born and raised in Massachusetts. I lived in Stowe, Mass., which was a predominantly white town. At that time, I wasn't exposed to a lot of diversity. At the age of 10, I moved to Northern California, Half Moon Bay, and began to be exposed to a lot of diversity. I moved to San Francisco, California when I was a freshman in high school, and that is when I truly begun to understand diversity. San Francisco is a melting pot of cultures and is one that embraces its diversity and empowers equity. Growing up in San Francisco helped me become a loving, non-judging, and accepting individual. I embraced all who came into my life and supported all types of diversity. I am now 40 years old and reside on the Big Island of Hawaii. I have one older sister. I am straight, white female, and grew up in a non-religious household. I do not hold any religious beliefs. Sports have always been a large part of my life growing up. I played soccer since the age of 5. As of today, I still play and coach soccer. I am only fluent in speaking English. I am a current full-time, long-term substitute teacher in 4th grade and a youth soccer coach. I am pursuing to be a licensed elementary school teacher. Marshallese Micronesian. Today we will learn about the Marshallese Micronesian culture and the intersectionality with geography, Hawaii, and the United States. Why I chose the Marshallese Micronesian culture. I chose the Marshallese Micronesian culture and its intersectionality with Hawaii and the United States because I don't have familiarity with the cultural norms and how living in Hawaii and the United States affects them. I am currently working as a full-time, long-term substitute in 4th grade, and a few of my students are Micronesian and Marshallese. More so, they make up a large population of the students at our school. I want to learn more about their cultural norms and difficulties they face in Hawaii and the United States, so I can better understand my students, to connect with them at their needs, and provide a learning environment where they feel a strong sense of belonging. More so, I want to try and incorporate a cultural lesson into my teaching. If possible, establish more school-based activities that connect with them culturally. A brief Marshallese Micronesian background. Location. The Marshall Islands is a small island located in the Pacific Island. The Marshall Islands is made up of 29 coral atolls and 5 single islands. The language. The official language is Marshallese, a Micronesian language. Customs. They have a strong sense of family. Extended families live together in the same household. They have a strong tradition of gift-giving to strengthen relationships. Patel nut chewing shows signs of hospitality. Marriage is permitted between cross cousins, and children become nursemaids at the age of 5, where they assist babies, run errands, and do chores. It's polite to remove shoes prior to entering house, dress moderately, and shake hands when greeting others. Why were the Marshallese forced to the United States? Between 1946 and 1958, the United States conducted a series of nuclear bomb tests on the Marshall Islands. As a result, radioactive fallout from the tests impacted the health of many Marshallese citizens, such as increased cancer rates and multiple birth defects. Therefore, in 1982, the Marshall Islands, Micronesian, and Palau signed the Compact of Free Association. This was designed to allow the Marshallese to migrate to the United States without the requirement of a visa. As a result, many Marshallese chose to migrate to Hawaii and other locations in the United States. They were seeking better health care, education, and jobs. Research number 1. America's Forgotten Nuclear Migration, written by ABC News Network. The intersectionality ideas that are present are cultural, Marshallese, and geography, Hawaii, and United States. Between 1946 and 1958, the United States conducted a series of nuclear bomb testing on the Marshall Islands. Due to the radioactive fallout, the cancer rates began to increase and many Marshallese were faced with birth defects. As a result, the United States, Marshall Islands, Micronesia, and Palau signed the Compact Free Association, which allowed people of the Marshall Islands to enter the United States without the requirement of a visa. As a result, Hawaii and other states began to receive an influx of Marshallese. Marshallese came to the United States in search of better health care, jobs, and education. However, when they arrived in the United States, they were forced with a lot of discrimination, such as lack of health care and education. However, since they had to persevere through so much, they slowly began to build a better future for their families. Marshallese still face many social and economic issues in Hawaii due to the state having such a large population of them. The relevance of this research is that it's speaking about the discrimination and struggles the Marshallese community face when they migrate to Hawaii. It also talks about the small progressions they had made through time, such as a higher graduation rate. The accuracy of this video is that the values connect to the actual lives of the Marshallese people. The overall quality of the video is excellent, as it speaks about the history of why Marshallese were forced to migrate to Hawaii and the struggles they had to overcome. In addition, a current Marshallese resident of Hawaii is interviewed. The application of this resource is that this resource helped me learn about why Marshallese had to. Resource number 2, a news article. For Marshallese, Hawaii is the only home we have left. Written by Letha Joel Georgiou. The intersectionality that exists is geography, Hawaii, culture, Marshallese. This article was written by Letha, who is a member of the Maui Marshallese Women's Club. She also speaks about how the mainstream news makes it seem as though the United States invited the Marshallese to live in the United States. However, she stated that it is not the case, and the fact was the U.S. military was using their land for nuclear testing. Due to the nuclear testing, most of the land is unsafe to grow crops on, and lots of babies were being born deformed. She states that the Marshallese are trying their best to make a home in Hawaii. However, they are facing difficulties. A few of the difficulties they are facing are not being able to attain high-paying jobs, unable to understand English, and facing a lot of racism. She keeps her hopes high that one day the Marshallese community will feel more accepted in Hawaii. After reading the article, I believe there are no inaccuracies. The writing clearly describes why the Marshallese were forced to move to Hawaii and what problems they are facing. The quality of the article is excellent, and the other goes goes into details as the reason why Marshallese community migrated to Hawaii and the difficult issues they are facing, such as racism. The article is relevant as it is written within this era. It is written firsthand by a Marshallese woman, and it deals with Marshallese living in Hawaii. This resource helped me learn a few things. First off, it helped me learn the real reason as to why Marshallese had to migrate to Hawaii. Secondly, I learned that although they weren't happy about leaving their homeland, that they were still trying to make Hawaii home. Last, I learned the issues the Marshallese face in Hawaii and their feelings regarding the issues. This information will help me gain a better understanding of the Marshallese students I have within my class, and I will be able to design cultural lesson plans to teach other students in my classroom about the Marshallese culture. Resource number 3, a news article. Struggles of Micronesian students points to the significant issues in Hawaii's school system. Written by Cassie of the Honolulu Civil Bee. The intersectionality that exists is cultural and geography, Micronesian and Hawaii. The news article was written by Cassie on November 2nd, 2022, and posted on the Honolulu Civil Bee. She explains the struggles the Micronesians face in Hawaii educational system. For instance, the lack of access to reliable Wi-Fi within a home makes it difficult to learn, as the computers often freeze and or disconnect. More so, Marshallese students are struggling with feeling and a sense of belonging due to bullying. Furthermore, she explains about how there is a lack of qualified English learner teachers within the Hawaii school system, which relates to why Marshallese students are struggling. She speaks about how the school systems are trying to improve the academics and desire to come to school within the Micronesian community. For instance, they are providing interpreters to help build a connection with parents to the school. The overall quality of this resource is good. The reporter interviews Micronesian students regarding their feelings and thoughts about wanting to come to school. She also speaks with educators within the state of Hawaii. The accuracy is on target as the Micronesian community does face academic struggles in the state of Hawaii. I believe this article is relevant as it touches upon the struggles the Micronesians face in the state of Hawaii, such as racial discrimination and issues within the educational system. I enjoyed reading this article. This helped me understand the reasons as to why Micronesian students are not motivated to attend school. I believe the state of Hawaii could provide a stronger sense of belonging for Micronesian community. I will always provide a sense of belonging for them within my classroom. I might consider having a cultural day where they're allowed to share something from their country. Or I might establish a PowerPoint presentation that describes the Micronesian culture and what their values are and norms. The key takeaways. The resources are significant since Marshallese Micronesians face a lot of issues living within the Hawaii and United States, such as lack of healthcare, education, and access to good jobs as compared to other races and cultures. These tools will help me in current and future career as an elementary school teacher by emphasizing the need of intervening early and are introducing cultural lessons in relation to the culture. This will help enhance outcomes for Marshallese Micronesian students and build a strong sense of belonging. It allows me to better understand the cultural norms of the Marshallese Micronesian community. In addition, it helps me clearly understand the issues they face living in Hawaii and the United States. This will benefit me as a teacher, and I will try my best to build a strong sense of belonging by adding cultural lessons into the classroom. More so, I will meet each student's individual needs and give them the best chance to succeed in school and life.